Hello, I'm Fred from Xenomarket. I'm here to teach you how to play Tiny Epic Defenders 2nd Edition, designed by Scott Almes from Gamelyn Games. In this game, you and your friends must defend Ogmore from the attacking enemies and ultimately the epic foe, or lose when a capital city falls to the hordes of attacking enemies. So you and your friends either win together or lose together. In this playthrough, I'll be playing the solo version of the game, playing 2 characters. This game plays well solo as just as much as it plays with 2 to 4 characters. So let's begin. Here's a setup of the game. So first you start out with the capital city. This is the main city that you have to defend. Right here. So put that in the center of the table. Right about here. Now, each of these regions have 2 sides because they have 2 abilities. So you can either be random or you can choose a side. Like for instance for forest, you can spend 2 actions and enchant, secure a threat level of any outer region, or spend 2 energy and harmonize. If the forest level is 0, secure 1 flame in the capital city. So I'll use this side. And I'll put it on the left side. You have to put it, and I'll put the desert on the right side. This is the 2 regions that you can enter or exit the capital city from here. And then you take 2 regions, the ruins, I'll put here, the coast, I'll put here, plains, I'll put right here at the bottom, and the mountains, I'll put right here. Okay, just get this all equalized. So now, I'll put in the threat level. Each of these regions' threat level starts at 0. And the threat level is symbolized by this little flame meeple. So you put 1 here in the capital city at 0. And then you put it on the outer regions now. So forest I'll put at 0. I'll put on the plains at 0. The mountains get 0. The desert gets 0. The ruins get 0. And the coast gets 0. So this is a setup of the board. Okay. In this game, each player gets a hero card. Now you can choose a hero, or you can choose a hero at random for each player. Because each of these heroes have different abilities. And there's 9 heroes to choose from. Okay, now after much convincing from the characters, I've chosen 2 characters to play with. The first one is Naira. She's the Dark Elf Ranger. And we can look on our stat side. She has, obviously the actions are here. You can move to an adjacent region, secure the threat level of an outer region, meaning she can heal the threat level of an outer region, use an ability, or fight the epic foe. And of course she automatically defends against an enemy if she's in the same outer region as the enemy. And she can also sacrifice 1 of her health right here to get additional action. But her main ability is a far shot, where she can secure an adjacent outer region that she's close to. She doesn't have to be in the region to remove a threat level off the region. So that's a good ability. And the other one is Gamelyn, the Dwarven Cleric. So he has also the actions, defending and sacrifice health for an additional action. And his ability, he can heal another character or himself. He just spends an action and can get and heal himself for 1 heart. Or another defender. Also a very useful ability. So let's go ahead and play. Okay, so now I got 2 meeples chosen for my 2 characters. For Gamelyn, I choose the red one. And this is the heart, red heart. And I'll put it on his health meter right here. So I'll put on 4, which is his health right here. And for Naira, should be the green meeple right here, the green meeple. And I'll take a green heart and I'll put her health on her highest health here for 4. Cut. Now it's time to create the turn decks and the horde decks. So this is what it's composed of. Right now we have the enemy deck right here. These are all the enemy cards, the normal common enemies. They attack like different regions. Like this enemy will attack the plains, and then it'll attack the forest. Anyway, there's like 9 of them right here, so we put them here. These are the dire enemies cards. These are more powerful enemies. These ones are more challenging to fight and increase the difficulty level. So for like 1 to 2 players, you add 2 dire enemies to the deck. For 3 players, it's 3 dire enemies, and for 4 players, 4 dire enemies. So we'll just take 2. Let me just mix it up. Take 2 random dire enemies without looking at them, so don't spoil us. Put this away in the leftover cards. Okay. And then these are the turn cards. Now, as before, I'm using the red and green meeple, so I'm going to use the red and green meeple cards. The yellow and blue is not going to be used, so I put these away as well. Then these 2 cards here, these are all defender cards. So this card means that whenever this comes up, both characters can be used during this turn, so just one character. So put that in the deck too. Okay. Okay, now there's 2 decks. So for the turn deck, we'll take the enemy card. We'll take 3 enemy cards. Just shuffle up a little bit. Take 3 enemy cards. Put them here. And take another 3 enemy. Put them on top of here. And take another 3 enemy cards. 1, 2, 3. Put this here for the horde deck. So put these 3 away. Back in the box. And then I take the 2 dire enemy cards right here and add them to the horde deck right here. Okay. They add to the horde deck, and I'll shuffle them up again. Now I'll take the 2 defender cards, as well as the all defender cards. I shuffle these defender cards, but don't with the enemy cards. Enemy cards are right here. So I shuffle the defender cards here. Okay, and this is the turn deck. I'll put all the defender cards here at the bottom, and I put the 3 enemy cards on top of that deck. This is the turn deck, and this would be the horde deck. The horde deck is where the epic foe comes in. So these are the epic foes. So I just choose one at random without looking at it. So I just shuffle this, and I'll take this epic foe, put them here. These go back in the box. And I'll take a dark color heart, which are usually black, but unfortunately I couldn't find my black one. And I'll put this here. This will be epic foe's health. So you put the horde deck on top of the epic foe here. So this is the new decks. These will be on top of the green. Okay, now this is where we put the turn deck and the horde decks. We'll put them right up here. So the turn deck will go here, and the horde deck will go right here. Okay, and now we have what we call the artifact deck. This is a deck where you get artifacts. So like, Zodiac Code. I don't want to mess things up, but these are artifacts when you defeat a dire enemy. So these go here. Right here. And this little bag here is our little artifacts we put on our meeples. So when we're doing one artifact, we put it on the meeple as the artifact. So put it right next to the artifact right here. So this is the whole setup of the game. Got your characters right here on the left with their health. Got the turn decks and the horde deck. And we got the regions and the artifacts. So the setup is ready to go. Okay, so let's start our turn now. So let's see what the first card is on our turn deck. It is this enemy, just a regular enemy. First, attack the ruins. There's no one here to defend the ruins. So I move the threat level up 1. And next, it affects the plains right here on the symbol right here, the plains. So I go here with the plains. There. And then it attacks the plains. So the threat level here gets increased by 1. So put that in the discard pile. Let's put it in the discard pile right here. The next, I take the next card from the turn deck. Again, right here, he attacks the forest. Right here. So I increase the threat level here by 1. Then after that, it attacks the desert. So go to the outlying region right here. Let's check for desert right here. Okay, so it attacks the desert, and that threat level goes up 1. Let's go back to the deck right here. Okay, let's take the next card now. We got the green defender's turn. So the green icon, which would be Naira, should get 3 actions or 4 to destroy regions. But right now, none of the regions are destroyed, so we're not sure 3 actions to use. So I think Naira should go 1, move here. She has to move it right or left to leave the capital city. And she'll go, and she'll heal, she'll what we'll call secure a region. That means she gets to heal it 1. So I'll lower this by 1 back to 0. That's her second action. And for third, I can like move to another region or have her stay there. I think I'll just skip it and just have her stay in that region. So that's her turn. So that's the end of the green defender's turn. Let's go to the next card. This is all defenders. So all defenders, both Naira and Gamelyn, they get to like share 3 actions each. So I'll have him, Gamelyn right here. He'll go and move to the forest as 1 action. And then he'll secure it. And as a second action, bring it down to 0. And then, as a second action, a third action, I'll just have him go to the ruins. No, I'll have Naira. She'll go to the coast. And that's a third action for both. So all defenders is done. That's for that region. Let's go to the next card. All defenders again. All 3 defenders get 3 actions. So Naira, she has a secret ability called Far Shot. She can secure regions that are next to her region without being there, which is very useful. So, being that she's here, Naira's here, she can secure this region here, which is next to her. So I'll bring this threat level down to 0. That's her action. There's 2 more actions which she can do. And there isn't a whole lot else I can do. I can just have Gamelyn take the other two actions, go to the planes, and just bring this threat level down to 0. And that's all 3 actions for the All Defenders card. So this is the last of the deck. It's the red Defender's turn, which is Gamelyn, the Dwarven Cleric. Right now there isn't nothing I can do. There's no regions that are being affected right now. So he's just going to stay with the plains as a good safeguard, because it's a good strategic location for him. So he'll stay there. So I can't really do anything with that action. So it ends the first round. Okay, now let's start for the next round. So what we do the next round is we take a card from the Horde deck and we add it to this new deck here. So we take this and we start shuffling around. Shuffling. So we just shuffle the cards around here. And that's that. Okay, so this is the new deck. So now the new round begins. So let's start here. It's the Red Defender's turn. So I'll take Gamelyn, who's in the plains. I'll take him to the forest. Have him guard there. In the forest region. And right now the region is all safe. I kind of want to keep him in this region, so I'll just waste those. I'll just simply waste those other 2 turns, 2 actions. So discard this here, and I get the next card. Look, this is one of the dire enemies. It's called the Minotaur. So see here, his toughness means. So right here it says the forest. He's going to attack the forest, and that's where Gamelyn is. So let's go where Gamelyn is. Right there. So we'll begin, because the Minotaur says you lose 3 health, so he's going to lose 1, 2, 3. So it's down to 1. So he's going to defend against it. And so thus, losing 3 health, he defends against the Minotaur. Now, since this is a dire enemy, and he successfully defend against the Minotaur, Minotaur goes in a discard pile. And what he does, he gets a new artifact. So take a card from the artifact deck, and he gets the Elixir of Errand. When you sacrifice 1 health, you gain 2 actions instead of 1. So if you look into this bag here, okay, so I take this Elixir card, which is the artifact, and put it next to his card. That means he has the Elixir of Errand, so I know what he has. So let's continue with the turn. Now it's the Green Defender's turn, which is Nara. Right now, there's really a whole lot she can do. If I could just have her just go to the desert, just have her defend from there. Okay, so that's the end of the green turn. Next turn, all defenders now, so you get to share 3 turns. So right now Gamelyn is wounded badly. He's at 1 health, so I'm going to move him back into the city, because at the capital city you can get healed if you start your turn in the capital city. So I'm moving back here, And then the capital city power is rest. Replenish all the defender's health. You start to turn the capital city. So I gotta wait the next turn. The red's turn, and then he can get all his health back. So I have 2 more turns for the defenders. So, I'll just take Nira. To the mountains. There's 2 more turns. So you take it to the mountains. And a mountain has a special power. It says, spend one action, leap, place your defender in the circle here, and whenever any outer region attack, you may immediately move that region and defend it, paying the health as normal. So this is a great power for the mountain range. So I put her in this little circle in this map right here, and she can use that to defend any outer region. That's a good power for the mountains. So that's the end of that. Defenders. So take the next one. Just a regular enemy. So the first attack will be the mountains. And since Naira is here in the mountains, she defends against it. And when she defends against it, she loses 1 health. So she loses 1 health to defend against this. And thus the enemy is thwarted. So he cannot do it. Cannot defer to the outer region. So next is the ruins icon. So the enemy will attack the ruins, which is right here. No one's there to defend it. But Nara is in the mountains, so she uses her leap ability. So she'll appear right here, automatically appear there, and defend against this enemy. And thus, she'll end up losing another health. And thus, this enemy is repelled. Right there. So let's take this card again, this turn. The enemy in the ruins. The ruins right here. Nara's here, so she defends against it. She gets wounded again. Right there. And then a second attack from the enemy is in the plains. So the plains is right here. No one here to defend it, so it gets the 3rd level increases by 1. And next turn's here. Another enemy. He attacks the forest. Again, no one is here to defend the forest, so the 3rd level goes up 1. And the second attack is the desert, right here. No one's here to defend the desert, so the 3rd level on the desert increases as 1 as well. The last of the deck, all defenders. So that means Gamelyn, being that he's in the capital city starting his new turn, you spend 1 action, and thus he heals all of his health back to 4. Then now he can use the action to move to defend. So he's going to move to the desert. Then use a second. Then use a second action and heal the 3rd level of the desert 0. That's the second action, and then Naira, she used the 3rd action, and she's gonna start making her way back home, but she has to go through 1. That's not good for her. So I'll just have Naira just move here, so you can go back to the capital city, because this is the only way to get the capital city, through there. And so the deck is done. Now, time to get another card from the Horde deck, put into the turn deck, and then shuffle this one as well. So you keep doing this through every turn. So this is the new turn deck. Now, as I was playing, Nara defended the force against the Minotaur. She goes damage 3, and since she defended, she got the Staff of Control. At the start of your turn, you may move the epic foe to any outer region. So she has the power to send the epic foe, which will be at the end, to any region with this staff. So I'll get a staff icon from the bag. Okay, now here's an important thing to know. If like you don't secure a region like the plains, like right now the threat level is increased to 1. Now if like an enemy like this second enemy attacks the plains and no one's there to defend it, it goes to another threat level to 2. And if no one's then if later on in the deck the enemy comes back again and no one there to defend it or to secure the region, it also increases 3. And then when the enemy attacks again and there's no one here to secure the region or to defend it, then it goes to all the way here. It means it's destroyed. And so this card gets forwarded and placed on top of the region, means that this region is no longer in play and is no longer defending the capital city. And right here it says increase the threat level in the capital city. So now, because this region is gone, the capital city's threat level is increased to 1. And that cannot be cured unless you have a special artifact that can cure it. But that 1 isn't permanent unless you have something else to prevent that. So now the castle is exposed, so if another enemy attacks the plains again, it's destroyed. And it'll definitely harm the capital city. So that's an important thing, the aspect to know about. Now I will show you how if a defender becomes exhausted. Let's say Nara, for example. Right now she has full health. But let's say an enemy comes in and attacks the force, which right now she's seizing the force. So she defends, and when she defends, she has to like go down 1 health. Now later on, the Minotaur comes out right here, and the Minotaur shows that when someone defends, they lose 3 health. So she loses 3 health, and she successfully defends the force, but now she's at 0 and now she's exhausted. Now this doesn't mean that she's dead. It means that she's only exhausted, meaning she cannot use her abilities to, or her actions to defend again, or secure a region, or to fight. So all she can do is move, or she has an ability that doesn't secure, fight, or defend, but her ability secures a region, any adjacent outer region. She can't use that ability when she's exhausted. So all she can do is move back. So in her next turn, she'll use her action to just move back to the capital city. And that capital city is she can get rest. So next time her turn comes up, she can heal. At the end of her next turn, she can heal all her hit points back. So when the next turn comes and it's her turn, like say the card that goes, the green card, because it's her beginning of a new turn, that means she starts her turn fully healed. She goes all the way up to 4. And then she go again and start all over to defend again. Either go to forest or the desert or the place she wants to. She's back to full health again. But it also delays things because that means the forest is undefended while she's trying to heal in the capital city. So it's only delaying tech, you're not actually dead. Now I'm going to talk to you about reshuffling the turn cards. So now you saw how I did like a round of cards, and at the end of the turn we should shuffle the turn card. This is the turn card and it's been ended up used all, so all been discarded. So now what you do is you add another horde card for the horde deck. You add it to this, and then you shuffle it. Shuffle this, and they play another round. And so you kept like playing round after round after round. So until you like basically use all your turns up until like basically use the entire deck again. And then you add another horde card for the horde deck. And this is the last one from the horde deck. So the horde deck is all gone. So you shuffle again. And they go through another round of playing cards, playing turns, and going through the entire turn deck as usual, playing all until eventually you run out of that one. And once this runs out, then your epic foe is revealed. So you flip the epic foe card over, which is the Colossus. The Colossus, which is the epic foe. So this foe has 10 hit points. So it starts, you put the heart here, and this symbol here means that the Colossus starts in the desert. So you put the Colossus in the desert here. And thus starts the final turn of defending against the epic foe. Okay, now we find a Colossus. This is the epic foe that we're facing. Now just because they're facing an epic foe, it doesn't mean the other invaders don't stop attacking. So let's take the turn deck and see what's next. Okay, let's shuffle this. Okay, this is the turn deck. Let's see what happens now. Okay, take the card here. And I get the attack the mountain. The mountain is being defended by Gamelyn, so he takes a health hit. Right there. But defends against the foe. And the second attack will be against the plains. Oh, the plains is actually damaged. So the capital city gets hurt. Discard this. Right there. Okay. Now, so we fight against this foe now. He fights the forest. Forest gets hurt. And then he attacks the desert. But my epic hero is here, Nara. So she gets knocked down. 1 health. Okay, to defend against this enemy. And that's it for her. Okay, now we're fighting the Colossus. So let's take the next turn in the turn deck. And it's green turn. Now it's Nara's turn. She's going to use her turn to use her action to fight the monster. Now in order to fight him, she gets swallowed. So she takes her, she goes in his mouth like this. And when he fights, it costs her a hit point to fight the monster. So she goes down 1 hit point. Since he's fighting, the monster goes down 1 hit point. Because that's how you do it. And then, so that's all she can do for this turn. So next turn is now the red defender, which is Gurand. So he uses the action. And he's got to go to this region now. He uses their action. Since he's a cleric, he can heal her. So he's going to heal her 1 hit point. It helps sustain her. So here's a 1 hit point. And 1 more action. So he's going to heal her again. And then we go through the turn deck. You know, like all the other creatures fight. We'll see what happens next. So keep fighting with the turn. So the Minotaur comes out. No one's defending the forest. So Minotaur damages the forest. So yeah, the enemy are still attacking the regions while the Colossus is here. So we can't just sit around. And the next one. It's a mountain. So it gets threat level gets increased by 1. And then the ruins get increased by 1. Oh! The ruins is damaged. It goes up to here. So now the ruins is no longer in play. And this capital city goes up. So things aren't looking so good for us. Okay. So look, all defenders, we needed this. So now we'll share all our. Now when the defenders played, we have like some destroyed regions, so I have 4 actions to play instead of 3 among all the heroes. So Nara will use her ability and she'll fight the monster. So it takes him down 1, but then also she goes down 1. And then she uses a second ability and fight again. So she knocks him down. But in this one you can see the little symbol here. Let me show you here. This little black face here. That means when she took him down to this level, she gets spit out and she gets shot across the map to here, which is not good. So now we have 2 actions left. So then it's Gurand's turn to attack. Well, actually, Gurand's going to heal himself first. So he's going to heal himself 1. We'll use a healing ability. He's a cleric. Then he's going to fight the monster. So he gets wounded again. But then the monster gets wounded again too. And then we keep going at this. So let me skip ahead. Okay, now I want to illustrate using one of the artifacts. So let's say that let's say that Naira has 0 health. And so she's in the city, recovering. So I took her to the city recovering. She has 0 hit points. But he has the horn. The horn of command. And that means that he can spend an action, choose a defender that's in the capital city, her, move him to an adjacent range, using his horn, take it there, and she gets healed, full health. So not only does she heal when it's not her turn, but she also got moved to a region when it's not her turn. Just under Gamelyn's turn, he used the horn, which he has right here, to take her to the adjacent realm, out of region. So that's a good use of an artifact, and that's how you use an artifact. Okay, now I fought along. We played some more decks, and look how things so far are looking. The monster's almost dead, but at the same time, Capital City is like not that far away from being destroyed itself. So that's 6. Only 2 more hits to go before it gets wrecked. And the heroes have to go into Capital City and heal up. So let's see what happens next. Will Capital City fall down? Will it be destroyed by the Colossus, or will the Colossus be defeated? So let's see what we got. Who's going to save the day? Oh look, it's the defender's turn. So hopefully he can save the day. So he has 4 actions, because some of the regions are destroyed. So he's going to go here for a second. Then he's going to fight. So he gets into the Colossus' mouth. And he gets wounded. But he fought it. And he finally brings the Colossus down to 0. So Gamelyn saves the day. So now the Colossus is now destroyed. And the game is now over. So we won, defeating the Colossus. And Capital City lives another day, a bit wounded, but it can be fixed. So this is how you play the game of 20 Epic Defenders. You finally fight the Epic Ho, and it was a very close match because I almost lost to Capital City. But Gamelyn saves the day. So hooray for Gamelyn. And Naira helped too. So let's all give a round of applause. So this is the end of the game.